Hey everyone, thanks for participating in the sim racing league that I just started. I wanted to go over the custom stats for your driver and how they work, how you can set them up easily with the spreadsheet that I just made. But first, let's take a look at an example of what it looks like in the game here. Here's Jeff Gordon's car. If we just open up the ratings here, these are your driver stats. You can see we have different categories: driver aggression, consistency, finishing, etc., all the way down, vehicle and pit crew stats. And then we have a minimum and a maximum column for each category. So at the beginning of each race, a value would be rolled for each of these categories here, and the number for each category would be within these two columns. So 85 and 93 for aggression, 83 and 96 for consistency, all the way down, each number would be rolled at the beginning of each race. Now this is everything we were just looking at on our screen for the driver's ratings. It's just reformatted a little bit. You can resize the page up here to 125% if you want to make it a little bit bigger or whatever works for you. First, I want to say you do not have to set numbers if you don't want to. However, it's probably in your best interest to try to set your own numbers so you have more control over your car's performance. Let's take a look at the example stats first just to get an idea for how to set up our custom stats. So we have four categories here. We have driver, vehicle, pit crew, and track types. The driver category directly relates to how your driver performs in your car during the race, their aggression for position, lap consistency, and strength towards the finish. The vehicle category directly relates to your car's engine power, aerodynamics or drag, and your grip level. The pit crew category directly relates to how your pit crew performs during their pit stops, which is their speed, consistency of perfect pit stops without mistakes, and the risk level that they're willing to take for track position. And the track types category directly relates to your driver's overall performance on the different track types, which is your speedway, road course, super speedway, and your short track. A low rating on a specific track type could result in subpar performance whenever visiting that track type. Refer to the track occurrence chart to see how often each track type is used during the season. So if we look over here, we have our track occurrence chart, the frequency in which each track type is used during a full season. We're going to 11 speedways, 7 road courses, 6 super speedways, and 4 short tracks. The most important numbers that you'll set all season is this category down here for track types. This is only set one time and it covers all 27 tracks. You cannot change this after setting it. So once these numbers are set, they're set in stone. These categories up here, pit crew, vehicle, and driver, these categories can be changed every single race if you want to. You don't have to change numbers every race, but you can if you weren't happy with your car's performance in the previous race. So if you choose not to set your numbers for the season, you'll receive this setup for your track types right here. This is a good setup. It's based on how frequently we visit each track type. So Speedway has the highest number, and short track has the lowest number. Let's take a look at how the chart functions so that you know how to set your numbers. We'll start with just the driver category up here. We have to set 3 things: aggression, consistency, and finishing. So driver aggression is your patience level when attempting a pass or blocking. High aggression may increase the chance of driver error. Driver consistency is the ability to run consistent laps. Note that it's possible to be consistently slow. Consistency also affects the chance for driver error. Your driver's finishing category is the ability to finish a race well. Drivers with a high finishing rating will get stronger as the race nears its end. We have 225 points for our minimum column and 270 points for our maximum column for the driver category. So what we want to do is get these two boxes here to read 225 and 270 just like we have over here in the example. All you have to do is put your numbers in these boxes here, these 6 yellow boxes, and all the math will happen automatically, and you'll see how close you are, how far you are from that golden number. So let's say we put in 70 for aggression, 70 for consistency, and 80 for finishing, and we click outside this box. It does all the math. We see we're at 220. We have 5 more points we can spend. You can see the box is still green. So maybe we put the 5 points into aggression, and that adds up to 225 and it turns gold. So when you hit that golden number, it will turn gold, and you know you're set for that column. Let's do the maximum column next for driver. We see we get 270 points for the maximum column. So let's say we put in 90 for aggression, 95 for consistency, and 90 for finishing. And we're at 275, it turns red. We see we've gone over. That's not a good thing, so we look over here. 270 is where we need to be. Take off 5 points. maybe take it off of consistency, put that down to a 90, and we're at 270. And that's all you have to do for each set of numbers. Take your time to go through this spreadsheet. Read what each category does and how it affects your driver, your vehicle, your pit crew, your overall performance on the different track types, and set the numbers up to your liking. There's really no right or wrong answer here. I removed two things from the stats that you do not have to set, and that's qualifying and reliability. Everyone will have a qualifying rating from 80 to 100 and a reliability rating of 75 to 90. Once you're done setting your numbers and you're ready to send them to me in an email or on Discord, just grab over here with your mouse to copy your stats. So we're going to hold our left click down and just move our mouse over until we've highlighted everything. Let go. And then you can either hit Control C on your keyboard to copy, or you can right click and hit copy, and that'll do the same thing. Once you've copied your ratings, if you're sending them to me in an email, just put your name and car number in the email so I know who it's for, and then just Control V to paste, or you can right click and paste, and that'll paste the whole chart in there that you just copied, and you can send me your numbers. If you're sending your stats through email, please send it to jempeffel@gmail.com. If you're sending it through Discord, just DM me, and I'll get it that way. And remember, these numbers only need to be set one time, and you're good for the whole season. If you would like to change your numbers in between races, you are welcome to change these three categories here for driver, vehicle, and pit crew. You cannot change the track types category. This is a one-time set in stone thing for the track types category. Remember, you don't have to set your numbers if you don't want to. You can just tell me to set your numbers for you, and I will. I'll use the same number of points that are right here in this chart to set your categories up. If I set stats though, every setup that I do is going to be different from any other setup that I've done, so it's all a little bit different. If I end up setting your numbers, I'll send you what your numbers are so that you're aware, and if you want to change them from there, feel free. But just so you know, you have full control over your driver's stats and how they perform. And it's probably a good idea to set those numbers yourself so your car is doing exactly what you expect it to do. That's the end of this tutorial. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me in the comments or through Discord or in an email. Don't hesitate to reach out if you're confused by the numbers or don't understand something. I would be happy to help you get your numbers set up. Just let me know.